Good evening, namaskar, adab, vadakkam, warm welcome to your favorite news destination. This is where, folks, on a daily basis, we pick up issues which are unfolding in parts of the country which often no one speaks about. Today, as you and I speak to each other, let me inform you, folks, that in southern parts of the country, there are two big stories which are unfolding. There is a political story which is at play in the Telugu territory, where so much is being made out about a political consultant advising a particular political party, not advising a national political party. Pretty much everyone seems to be on top of that story. But you know what? In a state not too far off from this southern state, the Telugu territories, in a state not too far off from this state, which happens to be the state of Tamil Nadu, there is an equally big, if not a bigger story, a bigger information piece at play, but nobody's talking about that. And that's why at India Ahead, it is our responsibility, our mission to ensure that those cases which are not picked up by others are cases which are put on the center stage for you, on the mainframe for you to formulate your own opinion in terms of what's going on. Straightforward case of death in police custody. A human life has been lost because that human being was picked up by the cops, and then according to this individual's family members, this individual, Vignesh, was beaten black and blue, was tortured, was thrashed by the police authorities in Patnipakkam, and he's ended up losing his life. On the 18th of April, this death was reported. 25-year-old Vignesh, who was a simple horse rider at Marina Beach and maybe was finding ways to support his family by looking after horses or by taking people on horse rides on the beach, he was accused of possessing ganja. Was he a drug supplier? Was he not a drug supplier? We don't know. But what we do know is that he was picked up by the police authorities in Chennai, and later on, he was killed. He's dead. How did he die? Why did he die? There are two conflicting versions. There is a police version which says that, well, he died due to health complications. Now, it's very funny, folks. Repeatedly, we've been seeing this in Tamil Nadu. People who are picked up by the police authorities end up dying later because of certain health complications. An exactly similar case had played out earlier also in Tamil Nadu itself. And again, similar story was built up that it's not the police which is responsible, it's the health conditions which are responsible. A person was drunk on the road, was picked up by the cops, and exactly a similar story played out. So our question tonight is this, that is there something fundamentally wrong in the state of Tamil Nadu which needs to be addressed? Look at those numbers. Between 2019 and 20, judicial custodial deaths, police custodial deaths, these are all official figures. Are we willing to accept these numbers as just straightforward story of maybe health complications taking place in a state like Tamil Nadu? Just take a look at what's being stated by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Mr. Stalin, who wants to make an open bid for greater power share at the center, who wants to be recognized as this entity who's completely changing things around. There is a great revolution, in the words of Mr. Stalin, which is at play in the state of Tamil Nadu. But who will answer these questions about why is it that people who are being picked up, poor people, I'm not saying innocent people, maybe there is a case against them, but can we allow this to be reduced to some kind of a jungle raj? Just take a look at how the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister is responding to all these allegations.
வழக்கமாக மேற்கொள்ளக்கூடிய வாகன சோதனையின் போது சென்னை பட்டினப்பாக்கம் பகுதியைச் சார்ந்த சுரேஷ், விக்னேஷ் ஆகிய இருவரும் அந்த ஆட்டோவை கெல்லிஸ் அருகில காவல்துறையினர் நிறுத்தி இருக்கிறார்கள். கஞ்சா போதையில் இருந்த அவர்களை காவல்துறையினர் விசாரித்தப்போ சரியான பதில் சொல்லாத காரணத்தால் வாகனத்தையும் அவர்களையும் சோதனையிட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அப்படி சோதனையிட்ட போது அவர்களிடம் கஞ்சா மற்றும் மது பாட்டில்கள் இருந்தது தெரிய வந்திருக்கிறது. பிறகு அவர்களை காவல் நிலையத்திற்கு வருமாறு அழைத்திருக்கிறார்கள். இருவருக்கும் காலை உணவு வழங்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. காலை உணவு சாப்பிட்ட பின் விக்னேஷுக்கு திடீரென்று வாந்தி வலிப்பு வந்திருக்கிறது. உடனே அருகில் இருக்கக்கூடிய தனியார் மருத்துவமனைக்கு அவரை கொண்டு சென்றிருக்கிறார்கள். அங்கிருந்து மேல் சிகிச்சைக்காக கீழ்ப்பாக்கம் அரசு மருத்துவமனைக்கு கொண்டு செல்லப்பட்டிருக்கிறார். ஆனால் அங்கு அவரை பரிசோதித்த மருத்துவர்கள் அவர் இறந்த நிலையில் கொண்டு வரப்பட்டதை தெரிவிச்சிருக்கிறார். இதனைத் தொடர்ந்து இறப்பு குறித்து சந்தேக மரணம் என முறைப்படி வழக்கு பதிவு செஞ்சு மாஜிஸ்ட்ரேட் விசாரணை நடைபெற்று வருகிறது. மனிதாபிமான அடிப்படையில் உயிரிழந்த விக்னேஷோட குடும்பத்திற்கு ஏழ்மை நிலையை கருத்தில் கொண்டு உடனடியாக ரூபாய் 10 லட்சம் ரூபாய் அந்த குடும்பத்திற்கு நிவாரணம் வழங்கப்படும்.
இங்கேருந்து நாங்கள் செய்தி கேட்டு போனோம். எங்களை ஆஸ்பத்திரி 2 வருஷம் நாங்கள் போனோம். இங்கேருந்து நானே என் பொண்ணு குழந்தை ஆட்டோவில் போய் இறங்கணும். பார்த்தா அவங்களாம் ஆஸ்பத்திரி இருக்கிறாங்கன்னு சொன்னாங்க. ஆஸ்பத்திரி இங்கேருந்து போய் நாங்கள் பார்த்தோம். அவங்க அண்ணன் 2 அண்ணனை மட்டும் அந்த போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் பண்ணுற இடத்துல நிற்க வச்சுருந்தாங்க. மீதி பேர்லாம் எட்ட நின்றுந்தாங்க. ஆஸ்பத்திரி உள்ளே கேட்டுக்கிட்ட நின்றுந்தாங்க. யாரும் கிட்ட உள்ள போலீஸ்காரங்க ஒரு 100க்கு மேலே இருப்பாங்க இருந்தாங்க. இவங்க அண்ணன் தம்பி மட்டும் 2 பேரும் உள்ளே போகாதீங்க வெளியே நில்லுங்கன்னு நிற்க வச்சுட்டு இவங்க போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் பண்ண உடனே தான் அவங்கக்கிட்ட கொடுக்குறப்ப தான் அவங்க போனாங்க. அப்போ கூட மூஞ்ச காட்டல. அவங்க அத்தெல்லாம் வந்து சாவை கொடுத்துருமா, நாங்கள் வீட்டில் போட்டு அழுதுக்கிறோன்னா, இல்லை நாங்கள் அப்படியே எடுத்துன்னு போயிடுறோம், வயலில் எதனா சண்டை ஆகும்ன்ட்டு கொடுக்க மாட்டேன்ட்டாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க வண்டியிலே ஏற்றினு எல்லாம் போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் பண்ணி வண்டியிலே ஏற்றினு வந்து கிருஷ்ணாம்பேட்டை சுடுகாட்டில் பிடிச்சிட்டாங்க.
சரி, இப்போ உங்கள் பையனும் எங்கே இருக்காரு?
அவன் உள்ளுக்குறான் ஜெயிலில்.
அவரையும் அடிச்சாங்களா?
அவனே அடிச்சுக்கிறாங்க.
ஓகே, இப்போ உங்கள் பையனை வந்து வெளியில் விடுவாங்களா? எதுக்காக ரிமாண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க?
எதுக்காக ரிமாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்கன்னு தெரில. ஆனால் அவனை இப்போ நான் காசு கிடைக்கிறப்ப தான் வெளியே எடுப்பேன். சும்மாலாம் அனுப்ப மாட்டாங்க.
இப்போ உங்களுக்கும் அவங்களும் சொந்தக்காரங்க எப்படி?
பொண்ணை கொடுத்ததால சொந்தக்காரு.
அந்த இப்போ இதை பற்றி ஏதாவது கேஸ் வந்து இப்போது உங்கள் குடும்பத்துலேருந்து வந்து ஏதாவது கேஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்களா? இது வந்து போலீஸ் அடித்து தான் இறந்துருக்குறாங்க.
அது கேஸ் வந்து அவங்க தான் கொடுத்துக்குறாங்க.
எங்கே கொடுத்துருக்காங்க?
எந்த ஸ்டேஷனில் கொடுத்துக்குறாங்கன்னு தெரியாது. நாங்கள் மனித உரிமையில் நான் சொன்னது அங்கேயும் சொன்னேன். அவங்க ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு வந்தாங்க, அங்கேயே சொல்லிட்டேன் அவங்கக்கிட்ட. அதேமாரி சாவு தூக்கின்னு போய் பொச்சு மறுநாள் காலையில் இங்கே வந்தார் வீட்டாண்ட தெளிவாக. அப்புறம் என்னம்மா நடந்ததுன்னு, இந்தமாரி கதை தான் சார் நடந்தது. என் பையன் எங்கே இருக்குன்னா, நான் இன்னைக்கு இதுக்கு போகிறேன், ஜெயிலுக்கு போகிறேன், ஜெயிலுக்கு போய் பார்க்குறேன், அங்கே இருந்தால் உனக்கு வந்து நான் சொல்கிறேம்மான்னார். அப்புறம் சாயங்காலமும் ஒருத்தர் ரிலீஸ் ஆகி வந்தான். அந்த பையன் சொன்னால் இதுமாரி அவர் வந்து புழலில் இல்லை, சைதாப்பேட்டை இதில் சப்ஜெயிலில் இருக்கிறாரு ஆன்னு சொன்னான். இன்னைக்கு கோர்ட்டுக்கும் வர மாதிரி சொன்னான். அதான் தெரியும், வேற எதுவும் தெரியாது. எது 2 பேரும்? அவங்க 2 பேரும் ஒன்னாதாம்மா அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. ஒன்னாதான் அடிச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. அவங்கள 2 பேருமே ஒன்னாதான் அடிச்சு சரியான அடி அடிச்சுக்கிறாங்க. இவனே தான் அடிச்சிருக்கிறாங்க.
So this is the viewpoint being expressed by the mother of the co-accused Suresh. 2 people, Suresh, Vignesh, end up being picked up. 1 person is dead and the other person not being allowed to meet up with his own family members. What do we make out of this? Is this Jungle Raj? Does Mr. Stalin need to take some exemplary action against all these cops who are really now becoming shooters at large, killers at large? Are we jumping to conclusions, or is this really the time for us to seriously address if something is fundamentally flawed today as far as policing is concerned in the state of Tamil Nadu? Salim Dhanidharan joining us live, Executive Coordinator from Dravidian Professionals Forum. Mr. Sriram, friend of India Head, joining us live as well. Jairam Venkateshan is the convener, Arapur Ayakam, and Henri Tiphagne, who's the Executive Director from People's Watch and National Secretary of the Human Rights Defenders Alert, joining us live as well. Mr. Dhanidharan, let me begin with you. Let me understand from you. There are too many loopholes which are at play here right now as far as the version which is being given by the cops in Tamil Nadu is concerned. How is it possible that a man is picked up, he dies in police custody, and the police says that there are only health complications? The police are not even willing to hand over his body initially to his family members till the Judicial Commission gets set up. Do we take the version which is being given by the police authorities at face value?
Good evening everyone. I think the first thing you have to look into is the institutional degradation that happened from 2011 to 21 under AADMK regime, and more profound degradation from 2016 to 27 or 17 to 21. There was anarchy reigning at all levels. You know what happened in Thuthukudi when peacefully protecting citizens were shot. More than dozens of people died, and we know what happened with Phoenix case again in South Tamil Nadu, which happened I think in June 2020. So these kind of situations are happening because of institutional degradation. And I think the present regime is trying its level best to bring things to order and then to make people accountable. And there are changes happening at all levels. But but such things such as institutional degradation, a paradigm shift in the organization cannot happen in 10 months or 11 months. See, at the philosophical level, the chief minister and the ministers and the MLAs, the intent is very clear to do good, and it's and the fact that it's a people's government, right? But there are some aberrations here and there because of the habits which they picked up from the previous government, and I think by next year, I think you would see major changes at every level.
What kind of changes?
In fact,
but let me just stay with the facts. You're right. Something happened in Tuticorin. Something has now happened here. In this particular case of Vignesh. What is it that is empowering, that is emboldening cops in Tamil Nadu that they can get away with what appears to be a straightforward case of daylight open murder to me?
Was it for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Can you just repeat? Sorry, I
was asking you that what explains the sheer brazenness which is being displayed by the cops in Tamil Nadu at this stage, that they feel that they can get away with something like this.
See, I think we have to look at the India level. I think these kind of cases have been happening across the country. And these kind of aberrations happen everywhere. We've seen this in the US. We've seen this in the most developed of countries, even Sweden and Norway. I think one aberration cannot.
Is it aberration? Jaram Venkateshan, is it really an aberration? I mean, why should I? If one way to look at it, Mr. Jaram, is that we can say that both the AIADMK, which is asking for a CBI probe and saying that, well, let there be a central agency probe into this case. We can say that Dravidian territory is full of such cases. It's always been going on, so why hold the AIADMK responsible? The other way is that at a time like this, when there is greater social, political justification, let's say of encounters which take place, right? In UP, in Hyderabad, we've seen all these stories play out. Is there something more sinister at play when it comes to the state of Tamil Nadu policing?
Yes, I think, in fact, if you even look at the statement of the chief minister that has come out, he has primarily relied on the police version. He did not say that the police say so, and there is something that we are inquiring into. So he is more relying on the police version. He's more defending the police version is what we can see. So therefore, every torture, every custodial torture is a very, very serious issue where police thinks that they can violate the law and also get away with it, and they have been getting away with it continuously. There has been absolute lack of any kind of accountability. Even in this case, as you can see, only a very, very few media started talking about it, and then what happened was that there was absolutely no FIR has been filed on the police until date. Until today, there's been no FIR on the police officials, even though complaint has been filed by the family members. Complaint has been filed, but no FIR has been filed. The other thing is that we are also seeing is this brazenness comes out of the kind of police state that is being run, because police. The state government thinks that they need the cooperation of the police to run the government. So any violation that's done by the police at the lower level, both the higher level officials at the police as well as the state government, the chief minister and other people who also is the home minister, does not take action. Be it the previous government or the current government, we are not seeing action against these police officials. Only if the accountability is fixed, we can move the next stage. There is always, there is absolute protection that is given by the higher level IPS officers as well as the state government, which is the reason for this. And number two, as a nation, also we have not ratified the UN Convention, for custodial torture. We are supposed to ratify, and we are supposed to pass a law for custodial torture. And we are only one of the 5 countries which have not done it. So therefore, that is also something as a nation we have been failing time and again. And as citizens as well, many times citizens also think that, if someone, now police gives a version that, he carries a ganja and all that. Even if he had carried a ganja, let us take it at face value. Even if he had taken a ganja, the police does not have the power. They can't beat them. They can't.
No, but Henry, let's look at protocol. Henry, just on that point, Henry, which is being made by Jairam, that even if he carried something, even if he was in violation of law, let's say law has been violated, somebody has jumped a traffic signal, somebody has gotten themselves involved in a scuffle, somebody is supposedly carrying ganja. There is a law of the land. What should be the protocol when a person is taken into police custody? Is there any protocol which needs to be followed?
Let me first congratulate your platform for taking this issue up consistently. And if today there has been some debate in the assembly, it is thanks to a few selected media outlets that have been responsible for it. So first, my congratulations for that.
Thanks.
Second, protocol. Let me go to a very basic protocol. The incident took place, and my first speaker, I don't know his name, so I can't address him.
Salim Dhanidharan was there.
Sorry?
Salim Dhanidharan was the first speaker.
Okay. I want to remind him very respectfully, none of us here, including Jairam and myself, are posed against Stalin or posed against the DMK. Let us make it very, very clear. But please understand, the first protocol is that when an assembly is in session, then the IG level officer has to be informed about every person who is brought into custody. Now that has been broken totally here. What does he have to say about that? We're talking about aberrations. Yeah, is it an aberration that when an assembly is in session, that nobody is informed? Somebody was taken into custody at 11 p.m. in the night, and when I speak with information. The police may not have their information. For once in our lifetime, they don't have the information. We have the information.
No, let's take it step by step, Henry. Are you saying that since the assembly was in session and a man has died inside police custody, are you saying information should have been shared far earlier with the chief minister or with the assembly?
Chief minister. If the IG level officer should have been informed about every person who came into custody. So the commissioner of police of Chennai, my good friend there, should have been the person who was informed that this person was brought in this state of health to the police station. I'm coming to the state of health. I am raising a very serious suspicion here, and at this moment it is suspicion.
Please.
If there was total silence by the police from 11 o'clock in the night till the death that took place in the morning, and no police officer of the rank of an inspector, night rounds inspector, night rounds assistant commissioner, night rounds deputy commissioner, who should all be doing these reportings, have been placed under suspension. That means this was not known to anybody.
Basically, a man is dead. What you're saying, Henry, a man is dead in police custody, and because there is an environment of silence, there is a cloak of suspicion on all sides, therefore the cops can have this theory that, well, there were health complications and therefore he died.
The health complication I'm telling you is it with Vignesh who died or were they intoxicated? My suspicion, strong suspicion is they were intoxicated. They were under drugs. And that is why they had to wait the whole night. And if you get the narration of the form of torture that took place in G5 police station, according to information that reaches me, I am totally flexed. Completely. So, this is something very serious. From the 18th, it takes till the 26th for the GM to talk. This chief minister who speaks about social justice, and I'm not trying to pull him down, etc. Not at all. We are supporters of a strong government of this sort.
Sure.
I'm appalled that Mr. Stalin, who knows what prisons are, Mr. Stalin who shed genuine tears when the other movie was J-Beam was shown, Mr. Stalin has been carried away by his ADGP intelligence information and not been opened for the past 1 week, from the 19th to the 26th, and not a single political party accepting this EPS.
Very unfortunate. Well, let me bring in another former top cop who looks at these cases very seriously, Dr. Vikram Singh, a former DGP of UP and now an academician joining us live as well. Vikramji, look at the state of Tamil Nadu, where repeatedly we are seeing people are dying under police custody. I just want to know, sir, when a person is taken into police custody, is there any protocol of recording what is going on till the time the person is not produced before a court, before a judicial magistrate? If he is taken into custody, what's the kind of protocol which the cops should be following, Vikramji?
Good evening, Mr. Chave. The first are the constitutional rights that he is given the opportunity and is informed what are the circumstances of his detention and when is he likely within 24 hours to be produced before a magistrate. And no malpractices like Shamil Taptish as they do in the northern states, that you are a part of the investigation. Therefore, the writing part will be done after 48 hours or 3 days. Till then, the person will be in illegal detention in the police station. This is something that has turned up now, and Tamil Nadu, one of the more vibrant states, is also catching on fast. Then, the person has to be subjected to a medical examination, and if the arrested person says that he has a medical problem, then he has to give the requisite medical treatment also. If there are injuries on the person, they have to be documented, recorded, and produced verbatim in the general diary so that it is known, and the court also knows that these were the injuries on the person who was detained, and he was given appropriate medical attention and treatment also. Under these circumstances, you know how things must have happened. I can well recapitulate what must have happened because it is too horrific. It never happened in Tamil Nadu, and I'm very disappointed and shocked that this has happened the way it has happened.
But tell me, Dr. Singh, I mean, isn't it true, sir, that the law of the land says one thing, and then repeatedly we see these kind of instances happening in public life? If a person is arrested, or let's say if a person has been detained, shouldn't the first step post-detention be that there is some legal help, some legal defense which is provided to that person who's been detained by the cops themselves?
This is a constitutional requirement, and this is a constitutional right of every detained person to get legal remedy and legal
whether he has money or not. So
that.
let's say in this particular case, Vignesh, who's dead in police custody, let's say he's a poor person, he doesn't know his rights, he can't afford a lawyer. Is it duty bound for that police inspector or that police officer who would have picked him up, that they think in terms of providing him with a legal remedy first up?
These are interventions which every station house officer is supposed to do mandatorily. In case of preventive detention like the NSA, the SHO is even expected to give a copy of the Constitution with the detention order. And also the names of 3 advocates whom he can summon. I mean, everything in the standard operating procedures are very clear, Bhupenji. What to talk of these, even the basic requirement of the Supreme Court declared that CCTV in every police station, they have not been put into place and they will never be put into place. And if they are, rest assured in 24 hours, they'll be dysfunctional. Because all the horrible things that go on in police stations and the brutality that happens there would be recorded and will shock the conscience of the nation. Therefore, we will not have the directives of the Supreme Court, whether it's CCTVs or police reforms. They are not going to happen. I'm very disappointed at these two things, that if they had happened, such tragedies were totally avoided and could have been averted.
Very unfortunate, Dr. Singh, but thank you so much for joining us and turning the spotlight squarely on what the problem is. Let me bring in Mr. Sriram then. Sriram, you look at what Dr. Singh says. You need to have a CCTV camera, right? In a police station. There are certain protocols which need to be followed. It is pretty clear that none of these protocols were being followed. Therefore, don't you think that while we are looking at ex gratia payment being announced by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, should this question also not be raised? What is the kind of punishment which has been meted out to the concerned police officers?
No, thank you for inviting. This is quite disappointing. This is definitely unfortunate, and there seemed to be a very glaring lacuna in the events or the sequence of events that has happened. So obviously, it is only fair that there is a neutral CBI inquiry for the government to move away and allow the due process to start and get the right justice for the deceased soul. What is also, let us also not forget, it's not irrespective of which government is in power today. Police forces also do have a larger problem to face. I mean, we also see them facing unruly mobs directly attacking them. We have also seen Corona warriors being attacked by the general public. We have also seen, political stooges. They walk around, in the recent past, especially in Tamil Nadu, which is going and threatening police officers. Or you see a lot of videos saying that, I will throw you out, I'll do this, I'll do that. they are also on a receiving end. I am in no minute justifying what has happened. But there are other issues as well which they also have to face.
No, but Sriramji, my disagreements are with you. My disagreements are on that point is this, that it's very easy. In movie world, there is a thing called system. Blame the system for everything. So if there is a custodial death, let's say that the system is to be faulted. Let's say people are asking for this, people are challenging cops, people are challenging COVID warriors, so this is bound to happen. But when you wear the uniform of a cop, you're supposed to serve the person. You're supposed to serve the people. Or is that across the country? Are you saying that that's becoming too much of an expectation from cops? You're not going to be served. You're going to be thrashed. The danda, the police danda, is what will now determine the identity of a cop. Is that the reality, harsh reality that we will live with now?
No, not really. I mean, there are, to a large extent, policemen are not that, that barbaric when it comes to handling general public. There are few dark ships in every police force across the country. They have to be definitely weeded out and they'll have to be pulled out at any cost. But let us also agree that policing is not an easy job. And I'm not here to defend them. But at the same time, let us also not, ignore their difficulties when it comes to...
No, tell me. Let's stay with that. Okay, let me agree with you that policing is not an easy ask. I agree with you. But then tell me, when you pick up someone like a Vignesh, who's supposedly in possession of ganja, who's giving joyrides to people on a horse, what do you do? I mean, have you picked him up? Was he picked up maybe because of some vicarious pleasure that these cops were getting, that they have to thrash him? Or as Henri was pointing out, that maybe these cops were intoxicated and maybe they didn't realize what had happened till they were not intoxicated by the morning.
Absolutely. As far as this particular specific case is concerned, there has to be an impartial inquiry, and no matter who they are, what they are, if involved in the wrongdoing, have to be taken to task. No doubts about it at all. And I'm also told, correct me if I'm wrong, normally when a person is taken into custody, I was told that the immediate parents or the relatives should be informed that the so-and-so has been taken into custody, which has not been done as far as this case is concerned, is what I'm told. So these are all certain things that the police has not followed the rule books. So there has to be accountability. There should have been, immediate suspension of the concerned officers. And we'll have to ensure going forward, especially the poorer sections of the people who do not know what their rights are or the law is for, have to be really taken care in a much more kid's glove.
Well, all I know is I thank all of you for joining us tonight on our lead show. All I know is this, that in a state where so much is being spoken about these great social and economic welfare models, where you have a finance minister who likes to take credit for bringing about some kind of a social revolution, policing is a critical part of the social revolution, of the social behavior. And if you're not going to take it seriously, no matter what you do on the economic ladder, if law and order, policing, trust between citizens and police is going to hit rock bottom like this in the state of Tamil Nadu, then all the great economic progress which is being spoken about by the Chief Minister will all come down to a big zero. And that cannot be good for the state, nor for the country. Let's do a short break. When we come back, our next big story.